Yeah, that's big. His kneecap is where my head is. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. It's Teddy here from Team TJ, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Crazy Ores mod. And I actually have the rival spider with me once again. I kind of really liked it from the last showcase, so yeah, I figured let's make it a tradition. I mean, it's compatible with pretty much every mod, so why not? So, you do you, rival spider. So, this is the Crazy Ores mod. It's actually a huge mod, but not that many people, I think, really know about it. So I figured I would do a showcase on it. So first, let's start with the, of course, most important thing about the mod. The ores themselves. The mod itself is called Crazy Ores anyway. So, these are all the ores. We got copper, meteorite, adamite, sapphire, ruby, fool's ruby, zictrum, I think, osmodium, zirconium, experium. Some of these names are really weird, so that's why I'm grabbing them to see. Demonite, invisium, darkstone, luminite, and ender. So those are all the ores in the Crazy Ores mod, and as you can see, you can make blocks out of pretty much all of them except for darkstone. So I'm going to give you a full summary of what these actually are used for. So first off, luminite. Luminite can actually be crafted, and basically, since it's changing color, you can actually get different colored crystals from it. And you can use those different color crystals to make all of these different colored luminite blocks, as well as this disco one as well, which is actually crafted out of one of each color and some redstone. The rest, like say the red one, is just crafted out of some red, while the green one is crafted out of green, and so on and so forth. So pretty simple. But now let's go over some of the other stuff. Basically, this is not an ore, but it is basically like one. This is tabznite, and it can be in stalagmites and stalactites. And as you can tell, can be small or huge in both forms. So pretty cool. And there's also some decoration blocks as well. So I'm just using the normal bricks in comparison. Now there's actually diagonal bricks and diagonal brick stairs. And there's also some in zignium, adamite, this, which is actually made out of lightened brick, which is crafted out of just a brick and orange dye. And the darkstone, which is actually the only thing that the darkstone is actually used for, is for the bricks. So it's kind of a decoration thing. There's also zactium glass in both normal and in smooth, so that's pretty cool as well. There's also a chest in a furnace. The chest is made out of zirconium. It is no bigger than a normal chest, but it is reinforced. And a demonite furnace, which you can actually cook two things at the same time, and has kind of its own kind of thing. I don't really know exactly how this works. Let me set it to day quickly. Okay, just felt like it was getting darker. Okay. Now let's go over the armor and the weapons. But of course, first we need to go over the materials. So copper ingot, which comes from copper ore, meteorite gem, and meteorite coal, which come from the meteorite ore. The meteorite gem is what you actually want, because it's actually used for the recipes, but the meteorite coal is just basically a really good coal, and it's the more common of the two. Adamite shard, and the adamite ore, you can only find it underwater, which is kind of interesting. Sapphire Ruby Fool's Ruby is also Fool's Ruby Mush, which is just crafted by smelting the normal Fool's Ruby. This isn't actually used for anything, so I don't know why you would use it. Zirconium Ingot and Zirconium Core, but the Zirconium Core you can't actually... There's no use or recipe for it, but you can still get it. Tapsite Obelisk and Tapsite Dust, which is actually... which you get both of them from breaking those Slagmites and Stalactites. Osmosium Ingot, Starconium Gem, and Starconium Shard, which is actually crafted out of a Starconium Gem, and a bunch of the Linamite crystals as well. And, yeah, it's actually a bit handier for some recipes, like it's actually used to make the Demonite Furnace itself and this cool Sludge Hammer. An Experium Orb, which can actually be used to actually make bottles of enchanting, which is pretty cool, how you can actually get those from this. Demonite Orb, Invisium Ingots, Darkstone Bars, and Ender Gems, along with a Lightened Brick, which I already showed you. And as for these, you just kind of break the ore and you can get like a random colored one. So that's kind of interesting. And yeah, see here they all are. So yeah, there's white, red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and purple, pink, and black. So yeah. Now let's go over the armor. So, of course, there's armor of pretty much all of them. There's copper, meteorite, adamite, sapphire, ruby, zirconium, tapizite, osmosium, starconium, invisium, and ender. And actually, the Invisium one is actually an interesting one. So, basically, if you put it on, you actually go invisible. And the armor doesn't show up anyway, so it's kind of, it's invisible armor, so, yeah. Kind of a little interesting. And, of course, the weapons and the tools. So, of course, there's the swords, and, of course, the pickaxes, axes, shovels, hoes, and there's actually a copper bucket, which can be used in all the normal fashions, water, lava, and milk. As well as there's actually bows for some of them, like the Hell Bow, which is for the Meteorite set, the Dual Shot Bow, which is for the Ruby set, there's Swift Bow, which is for the Osmosium set, and the Confusion Bow, which is actually for the Ender set. As you can see, here's that stuff as well. And there's actually 4 special kinds of arrows now in the mod too: Flaming, Explosive, Lightning, and Freezing. Now, you can actually craft the Flaming, and the Explosive, the Lightning, and the Freezing all like that. It's quite easy. Except the problem is you need to get the arrowhead. So the problem is the flaming arrowheads, the explosive arrowheads, they can't be crafted, but the lightning arrowheads can be. It's redstone, adamite shard, flint, copper ingot, and water bucket, copper or iron. And for the freezing arrowhead, it's just flint and snow around it. So that's kind of easy, as long as you're near a snow biome. And also, of course, a sludge hammer, which is a very powerful little thing. Basically, the cool thing about the sludge hammer is it can actually be used as not just a very powerful weapon, but it's also like a combination of a pickaxe and I believe an axe as well. So this way you don't actually have to take anything out of your hand. I'm not sure about the whole axe thing, but I do know it's definitely a pickaxe. And there's the rideable spider just chilling. Alright, and next up, there's actually some food in this mod as well. There's chocolate cake, strawberry cake, and birthday cake. Chocolate cake is just cake surrounded by cocoa beans, strawberry, pink dye, and birthday light blue. So a little weird, but they do kind of look delicious. And of course you can place them down. They look absolutely scrumptious. I absolutely love the strawberry because strawberry is my favorite fruit. So yes. And actually, there are mobs in this mod as well. So there's actually, and 2 of them you actually can find in the dungeons. There's 2 kinds of dungeons you can find in the world if you have this mod installed. The other will just spawn around the world naturally. So actually, hold on, let me grab. Oh, okay, I guess they spawned in one. The Zirconium Protector. The Zirconium Protector. This guy is kind of creepy, and he flies around this floating structure made out of zirconium bricks that you can find in the sky sometimes. And let me grab the Starconium sword to kill the Zirconium Protector. He has 40 health, and once you kill him, he'll drop zirconium ingots and a zirconium core, so that's how you get those. The other mob that you can find in the dungeons is the Torpedo Shark. This guy is more for the adamant stuff. And he's just a little yellow shark, and he's kind of fast. Anyway, if you kill him in the underwater dungeons, he'll just drop shark meat and sometimes raw fish. And, of course, there's also the great white shark, which is bigger and will just spawn naturally in the ocean. And here he is. He's quite big and a little derpy, I must say. And kill him, you just get some raw shark meat. That, of course, you can cook into cooked shark meat as food. So, yeah, a shark would actually be a cool addition to the new Minecraft update snapshots that they've been doing. That could be kind of cool. So, yeah, that is basically all of the normal mobs, but we're not done with the mobs quite yet, because you're probably wondering what all these are. They kind of look like golem heads, right? Well, you are right, because there are golems of pretty much all the ores, most of them at least. So I'm going to spawn each of them in. That's right. Awesome new golems, and they look pretty cool. So first off, the copper golem, and he's about the same size as a normal iron golem. Let me actually get a normal iron golem for comparison. And yeah, he's just a little taller, and yeah, he still holds the rows and everything, but he's a little taller, a little more bent over as well. And yeah, that is the copper golem. Kind of interesting. Then there's no meteorite golem, but there is the adamite golem. And the adamite golem is also a little bit bigger, misplaced, and there we go. Actually, he's a little shorter than the copper golem, actually, but still, I think, taller than the iron golem. Yeah, he is still taller than the iron golem. But after this, they get to be a little bit taller then, too. Sapphire golem, he's even taller and bigger. And here he is. As you can tell, he's even bigger. And they keep getting bigger as well. It's quite interesting. Next is the ruby golem, and he's also quite large. And because he's red, he's obviously my favorite. He's kind of large and pretty cool. Now, the fool's ruby golem is a little interesting, because basically you don't need the arm part on him to summon him in. You just need this, and yeah, he's a very sad-looking golem, I must say. He's very, very sad-looking golem. But you can actually make him bigger, as in, like, let me do a 5 tall one, and then put the head on there. See, there's a bigger version. And you can actually get monumental sizes, which I'll show you by the end of this video. Zictium golem, I still don't know how to pronounce some of these, but he's even bigger, and kind of a little startled looking. Like, look at those eyes. Like, he kind of looks a little freaked out somehow. I probably would be too if I just was created right then and there. The Osmosium golem, he's actually kind of large as well. And, there we go. He is pretty big, I must say. But they get even bigger. It gets crazy. So next up is the Starconium golem. He was actually the biggest one in the mod until the update it had. So here is the Starconium golem. Huge, I must say. Like, let me actually see my own size comparatively. Oh yeah, that's big. Like, his waist is at where my head is. That's really tall. And let's go move on to the Demonite golem. He's actually smaller, but I believe he, like, does fiery stuff, I think. At least I think he does fiery things. Anyway, but here he is, and yeah, he does fiery things, but he'll actually attack other golems, which is a bit of an issue, so we're gonna have to kill you, my friend. I'm so sorry, you cannot be allowed to survive. And, yeah, the Zirconium golem, when he goes up in the air and lands, he blows up things, so, I'll let them deal with that, I guess, because that's a bit of their own issue. And last but not least, the Ender Golem, which is the biggest one they have added. So I'm going to get another Starconium Golem just so you can see. So, here's a Starconium Golem. Large, yes. Now here is the Ender Golem. Yeah, that's big. His kneecap is where my head is. So, yeah, this is the biggest golem I've ever seen. And yeah, this guy will defend your house big time. He's very dangerous, I think, to the monsters. I can see him going for this Enderman, actually. Is he actually going for the Enderman? Oh my gosh, he is. And, oh my god, okay, yeah, the Enderman's gone. The Enderman's gone. Oh, he's back, and he got hit again. He probably died from that hit, probably. And, yeah. So, huge golems. Absolutely cool stuff. So now I'm going to show you the big Fool's Ruby Golem. At least as big as I think they can come. Okay guys, so this might be a little too tall, but we're gonna put the head on, and there we go. It's not the whole tower, but this is the Fool's Ruby Golem. This is as big as they can come. That is huge. Puts the Ender Golem to shame. But of course, he is completely weak. He's only got 8 health. And does he take fall damage? I wonder, does he actually take fall damage? Nope, he's like any other golem. He does not take any fall damage whatsoever. But yeah, as you can tell, he's not really perfect. Like, they're not really meant to be this big. But you can make them this big if you want. So, kind of interesting. So yeah guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this mod showcase. Please do leave a big fat thumbs up, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, if this happens to be the first video that you've seen by me, please do consider subscribing to join Team TJ today for awesome gameplay videos and other amazing content like this. And again, apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Titan826 out. Goodbye guys!